Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Dina and today I am going to put in all of these curlformers which allow you to create heatless curls in your hair. I think they're a pretty cool invention and was one of the first videos I ever did on YouTube. Recently my curlformers video hit 250,000 views. What? So thought I might revisit these in an ASMR type setting since they have such an interesting texture. So first you need the little wand here and snap it in place. Comes in two parts. And then there are all these curlformers where basically your hair goes inside the spiral and then it dries in a corkscrew shape. They're made of a very interesting material. Hard to describe. But you slide the curlformer onto the wand. And just find a section of hair. You don't want to go too thick with the section. It'll take longer the thinner the section you use, but since usually you put like kind of damp hair, it can be hard to pull it through the curlformer itself if it's too thick. So yeah, you just kind of grab it and pull it right through and the curlformer snaps back into a curl shape. You probably have seen these before, but yeah, I just think they're a cool invention. So typically you will either use slightly damp hair, or I've done a method where you take totally dry hair, put them in curlformers, and then kind of splash water on them. Either way, it just helps the curl hold its shape. And anybody who has dyed and bleached their hair has probably seen the warnings that you shouldn't use many hot tools on your hair because they can be pretty damaging. So this is a great way of getting really long-lasting curls without exposing your hair to heat damage. And these are actually pretty comfortable to sleep in as long as you don't put them right up next to your root. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different colors in here. The pink and purple ones are like the wider curl sets, and there's blue and green, which are a little bit thinner. They now have also like yellow and dark pink ones, which are really wide curls, and I think they recently switched over to an entirely different like color scheme. I've had these for quite a while. They're one of those things that I don't do too often, but every time I do, I'm like, God dang, I should bring these out more. I've had some curls that stayed actually for like 3 days. You could still tell I had some wave in my hair at the end of the day. It also depends on how wet your hair was when you put them in the curls. Sometimes if you just do them with completely dry hair and don't put, don't put any water on your hair, these are two different lengths. If you don't put any water on your hair, you can get like a wave effect. It doesn't get quite as like corkscrew shaped as when you either do like a wet set or like a splash water on them, but that's a cool effect as well. So the two different colors in each of the sets, it's like the pink and the orange, they go in opposite directions, so I like to do like one pink and then one orange and then one pink and orange, because otherwise if you just do a whole bunch of orange next to each other, I notice that the curls kind of form like one mega curl when you take them out, and if that's what you want, yeah, go for it, but I tend to just like to alternate the colors. someday I'd also like to see if I can do kind of like a vintage style set with these, but usually it produces more of a corkscrew type curl than like pin curling does. So I'm using the longer ones in the back here. I only have a couple of the really long ones. And I'm not sure how I found out about Curlformers either. I think I was looking for no heat curl methods or something. Oops, sometimes they get a little tangled and you just have to straighten out the curl shape there. I've noticed when I sleep on these, sometimes when you use like rag curls or something, if you sleep on them in a weird way, the curls kind of flatten out, but because these are somewhat rigid, it protects the curl's shape a lot better, and they're pretty springy. Oops, until you drop them. It does take a little while to put Curlformers in. It depends on how many you're going for, of course, but I am very impatient when it comes to curling my hair to begin with, and my hair doesn't really hold curls from heat nearly as well as it does from like these type of methods, so no heat ones I mean. So I think it's worth it if I can get an extra day or two out of the curl hair. It takes me a while to curl my hair with curling irons anyway, so might as well go the route that lasts longer and doesn't damage my hair. It helps, you notice I kind of like twisted the hair. It helps it go through the little crochet hook easier and not get caught in that opening. Such an interesting texture. It's kind of like a spacey mesh. I don't know. I think I have just enough curls to do my whole head, taking smaller sections, but so you can get these either in like full-on sets that cost a fair amount of money, or you can buy them separately. Like I bought like a pack of the shorter pink and orange ones, and then I got like the longer ones, and then a pair of the green and blue. And then I bought the wand separately, which was a little bit cheaper overall, but you don't get that many pieces, I guess. I might actually have bought two sets of the blue and green. The first time that I got them, I had kind of short hair, so I didn't need that many. And then, just as I needed some, I bought more. Well, and as I learned to use them better. My first few times of trying them, my hair would always get caught in them, and it was pretty frustrating, and some hairs would get ripped out, and I was just like, why is this going so poorly for me? I realized I was trying to put my hair in Curlformers while it was still like really, really wet, so it was much more prone to tangles going in. So ever since I have like been doing it with basically dry hair, or dry hair and then wetting it, it's been a lot easier. Unfortunately, also, some of the first times that I tried to use Curlformers, I basically put that base you can see like right close to my scalp, and it was really uncomfortable to sleep in. Yeah, I've learned to kind of put it around my ears, if that makes sense, because then I have a fair amount of like head space to roll around in during the night without crunching all over them. I've seen some people do like different patterned sets where you do like the different layers horizontally as well. I don't think I have enough for that right now, but I'd like to try that too. But with what I have right now, I just kind of go around my head taking different vertical sections, but I think it would be cool and I'm playing with them. Alright, I think it would be cool to do a vintage type set with these. I'm not the best at paint girls, partially because I don't have the patience. I barely have the patience to do Curlformers, really. Usually I just watch TV though while I'm putting them in, and kind of helps me forget, but if I get a little too distracted, my hair does get caught. It helps to have a mirror nearby. Yeah, just gotta adjust them sometime. Make sure they're actually sitting like curls. And I'm kind of running out of the orange and pink ones. Got a last one here before I have to switch over. The pink and blue, or the blue and green ones aren't that much slimmer, but it is a bit noticeable. I just typically save them for the front of my hair because I have a lot of layers there, so if it's a thinner section, it doesn't, you can't tell as easily. Plus the hair in the front is shorter anyway, so I think I can get away with it, I guess. I've noticed that the longer your hair is, you know, of course the more weight it's going to have, so it kind of like weighs down the curl, and if you use some of the thinner ones, they just kind of go straight after a while. When I had really long hair, I couldn't fit more than half of my hair in the blue and green ones, so I had to switch to the long pink and orange ones, and that's when I was like, oh wait, I should be using the thicker ones because it doesn't just turn to straight hair after an hour from the weight of my hair. But yeah, super in-depth hair theory course here, whatever. I actually started doing YouTube because I would dye my hair a bunch of colors, and people always asked me how I did it, and I don't know, I didn't think it was that, I wouldn't say interesting, but like I never thought it was that special, so I would just, I tried to like describe it to people, but it's just easier to show them, I guess. So then I would direct people, like if they wanted to see how it happened, to the video instead. It's kind of funny, a lot of people, I guess because I lived in like a college town, they would stop me and like want really specific instructions on how to do my hair. Like I would be grocery shopping and somebody would be like, oh, that's cool, how did you do that? And I'd be like, you know, well, you have to bleach it first, and then, you know, I put each color in some conditioner and stuff, and they'd be like, no, but like, can you give me directions, like how do I, like they really wanted to replicate it. And I'm like just kind of trying to buy some groceries, you know. So eventually I would just, anytime somebody asked me that, I would just tell them my YouTube channel and say, well, you know, I actually have a tutorial for you. I did try to do like a picture tutorial on Tumblr once, but I'm not the best at like explaining this kind of stuff in words, as you may have noticed, but yeah, just figured if I could show people in a video like exactly what I'm doing, maybe that would help. Yep. And as you can see, I am back to purple, kind of on accident. Well, you can, if you stay to the end of the video, or I guess check my channel out, I just put up a video on how I dyed my hair this color. I was aiming to have dark gray roots fading down into silver, but the dye had another idea, so in order to counteract what it did, I had to do that with purple. So yeah, that's how it ended up. And here we've got a whole bunch of Curlformers in just one last section, which includes my bangs here. I'm not sure how much I wanted to curl my bangs, but it's gonna be with the thin ones anyway, so. What was I talking about? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Sorry if there's some background noises in my new videos. Since moving to the city, it seems even in the middle of the night, I can't really escape some noises happening. Well, I try and go back in and edit out any that I can catch, or at least do some noise reduction techniques and filters on the audio, so hopefully it's not too bad. Also, you might hear my kitty cat Molly in some of them, because I think she gets confused when I do voiceovers, especially long ones, because I am like talking but not paying direct attention to her, so sometimes she does like little meows or trills while I'm narrating. So every once in a while I have to make sure she knows that I'm here. Yes, you're a cutie. Anyway, sorry I got distracted. But yeah, just kind of rambling on while I finish up these curls. I think it's a pretty cool invention. And they have definitely advanced them since these sets came out, and I was wondering if I should get some of the really wide curls, so I might try those out in a future video, I'm not sure. Just some bangs left at this point. And here we go, the final curl. Ta-da! And it's right in my face. So we've got all these curls in. You can see how they're kind of a different thickness, the different sets there. And you don't have to sleep in these, by the way. You can just leave them in for a few hours, but I find I get best results when I leave them in for a few hours, like overnight. So I do have some left over here, but not too many. If I was taking any smaller sections though, I might have run out. So I am going to go sleep on these, and I will see you in the morning to take them out. Okay, so here we are. Got all of these guys all nice and formed into curls. It's time to reveal what happened. Nice. So to take them off, you just kind of squeeze the opening there, stretch the curl out, and there it is. I think it turned out pretty well. Luckily, taking them out doesn't take nearly as much time as putting them in. Whoop! Springy. Yeah, I just think they're such neat contraptions. And you don't have to go for the super curly look. Oh, whoops, looks like I forgot a little bit. You don't have to go for the super curly look either. I've seen people brush them out like almost completely, but if you tend to toss and turn in the night and your hair gets kind of tangled, you can actually put them in these curl formers, and if you don't want like super curly hair, then brush it out the next day, and I've noticed it keeps just a tiny bit of wave, but the rest of your hair just looks like really shiny and nice, because it kind of protects it throughout the night, if that makes sense. Oop, hard to see what I'm doing with the ones in the back. There we go. But see, once you take them out, you can't really tell too much of a difference between the curl thicknesses. Especially once you loosen them up a little bit. I also like all the bright colors that these sets came in. Made some sort of joke about going to a rave and pretending that they were cyberlocks in the first Curlformer video I made. There we go. Last one on this side. And looking good. So this is how they look just straight out of the Curlformers without like messing with them. And at this point you could put like hairspray or something in, maybe a little bit of pomade or something. I don't think I have hairspray, so I did not do that. But you know, if you want to make sure that they're going to stay longer, that's probably a good idea. I've also seen people do like a whole head of Curlformers as like a base style for like an updo, and then once they take those out, then they have like a whole bunch of, I guess, like texture to work with, if that makes sense. I just usually wear them down, but maybe I should try something more elaborate one day. I'm pretty low maintenance when it comes to hair day to day. Ponytails, buns, stuff like that. But it might be fun to try something more elaborate. I also like doing them at night, so when you wake up you can just take them out and it looks like you've been up for hours working on your hair, you know, when really all you did was take them out in like 5 minutes and, you know, put them into place, I guess. Just a few more. Those ones always kind of remind me of those spiral Cheetos. Do you remember when they made spiral Cheetos? I do. And also like X's and O's and some sort of Cheetos that turned green. Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking about Cheetos. Anyway, here's the final curl about to be released. And there we go. Here's how they all look just out of Curlformers. But instead of this super poodle look, I am going to separate them out just with my fingers. Not a brush, because I don't want to like fully get rid of them. You notice though it does make my hair a little bit poofier compared to the other side, but the curls are less defined, or less separated, I guess. They're still pretty defined. Alright, looking good. Now let's try this side. You can also see the hair color a little bit better here. Hair colors, plural, I guess. Nice, nice. Looking fancy. So my bangs are kind of at an awkward length, but put them back like this maybe. Yeah, something like that. Well, hope you liked the outcome here. I kind of like combining the different themes of my channel, like hair and ASMR and stuff. So, hope you don't mind a little bit of crossover. And that was my hair with Curlformers. Woo! Now it's time to go to work. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Also, if you want to see me dye my hair, you can click right here. Click it. Click it. Alright, bye.